If you've ever grown tomatoes, you know the frustration of tiny weak plants that just refuse to reach their potential. You blame the seeds, the weather, or some unseen pest, but the truth is far simpler and far cheaper than you probably think. Today, on Nature's Flora, I'm going to reveal the single, overlooked trick that transforms ordinary tomato plants into vines heavy with huge, sun-warmed fruit. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow gardeners, leave a comment with your favorite tomato growing tip, and subscribe to Nature's Flora for more time-tested practical gardening wisdom you won't find in stores. Now let's get into the secret that will change your tomato harvest forever. Most gardeners misunderstand what tomatoes really need. Yes, they are heavy feeders, but not in the way most people assume. They don't want a constant shower of chemical fertilizer across the surface of the soil. They want steady, slow access to minerals, moisture and oxygen deep in the root zone. When roots hit compacted layers, clay or nutrient-poor soil, growth stalls, flowers drop, and fruit size suffers. No amount of surface fertilizer can make up for roots that never had room to grow, and that's where the magic of cardboard comes in. Cardboard might seem humble, even laughably simple, but when used correctly it transforms soil into a living, breathing ecosystem. Plain, untreated cardboard acts as a slow-release carbon source that nurtures microbes, attracts earthworms, and prevents nutrients from washing away. Buried beneath your tomato plants, it creates a living sponge underground. Roots grow outward instead of being confined near the surface. Unlike fresh organic matter, cardboard doesn't steal nitrogen or heat up as it decomposes. Instead, microbes slowly digest it, creating rich humus, the crumbly dark material responsible for the best garden soil. Earthworms flock to this zone, leaving behind nutrient-packed castings that feed your tomatoes naturally. The cardboard also retains moisture during heat waves and prevents waterlogging after heavy rains, giving your plants a stable environment to thrive. The preparation is simple but critical. Use only clean cardboard without glossy coatings or heavy inks and remove all tape and labels. Soak it completely before planting. This step ensures it won't repel water and allows it to bond immediately with surrounding soil. Then, dig a hole at least 30 to 40 centimeters deep. Place the soaked cardboard at the bottom and add a thin layer of compost above it. This acts as a transition zone where roots can feed while microbes get to work, breaking down the cardboard below. Deep planting is key. Bury about 2/3 of the tomato stem. Tomatoes form roots along buried stems, dramatically increasing nutrient uptake. Finally, backfill with native soil lightly mixed with compost and water thoroughly. This method works wonders in containers too. Use pots of at least 20 liters, or larger if possible. Place soaked cardboard at the bottom before adding your soil mix. This prevents nutrients from draining away and creates a long-term feeding zone. Container tomatoes grown this way often surpass garden-grown plants in size and vigor. For the soil itself, tomatoes thrive in a mix that is rich but breathable. Combine high-quality potting mix with compost and worm castings, roughly 3 parts potting mix to 1 part compost, and avoid heavy garden soil in pots. It compacts and suffocates roots. Feeding your tomatoes is important, but honestly, less is more if your soil is built right. Once flowers appear, give them a boost with compost tea. Just soak 1 cup of finished compost in about 5 liters of water for 12 to 24 hours, stirring every now and then, and water right at the soil level. Inconsistent watering is, a really common killer. Deep, steady watering encourages roots to reach the nutrient-rich cardboard layer, while shallow watering just keeps roots weak near the surface. Mulch heavily with straw, dry leaves, or wood chips to conserve moisture, regulate soil temperature, and feed microbes as it decomposes. Oh, and keep mulch a few centimeters from the stem to prevent rot. Light is just as important as soil. Tomatoes need full sun, ideally 8 hours or more each day, to grow large, flavorful fruit. Heat alone just won't make up for shade. Supporting heavy vines early is really essential. Use cages or stakes before fruit sets to prevent stem damage, and make sure there's good airflow, which reduces disease risk. Pruning selectively directs energy into fewer fruits, increasing their size. Remove lower leaves that are touching the soil and thin out dense side shoots, but, maintain a balance to preserve photosynthesis. The beauty of this method is its longevity. cardboard breaks down slowly, leaving behind stable organic matter that, well, improves soil structure permanently. Each season really builds on the last. Worm populations increase, soil darkens and loosens, and tomatoes grown in the same spot actually improve instead of declining. Avoid common mistakes like using glossy cardboard, skipping the soaking step, planting too shallowly, or over-fertilizing. Let the soil do the work and your plants will reward you. Finally, harvest at peak size and flavor. Pick tomatoes when they're fully colored but still firm. Regular harvesting encourages continuous production. Large fruits are best harvested in the early morning when they're cool and hydrated. This simple cardboard technique, combined with deep planting, careful watering, and thoughtful soil management, will transform your tomato harvests forever. If this guide has changed how you think about growing tomatoes, make sure to like, comment, and share with a friend who loves gardening. Subscribe to Nature's Flora to keep learning the secrets that nature has perfected over millennia, and hey, never forget, the best harvests start below the surface.